Happy Tuesday, mathletes! I hope yesterday's lesson wasn't too bad because today's lesson is actually very short, super simple. I just wanted to start off with this Bitmoji. I saw it, I'm like, yes, I need to start the day off with saying that knowledge is definitely power. So let's get on with today. Again, we're doing Class Dojo for the first few seconds or minutes, and it is a little blurry. I'm looking through my phone, but if you can't read it very well, always just text me or call me asking me how many Class Dojo points you have. Okay, so the PAW store again is this Friday, and I'm super excited for those who can actually participate. Remember, you can only do it if you've done 9 out of the 13 quizzes. So 9 out of the 13. If you did all the quizzes so far, that means you already qualify for the PAW store. So if you haven't done all of them from the past 2 weeks, then we need to start getting a roll on them, right? Because if you did do all of them, you're eligible for the PAW store. All right. Our class question for today, or yesterday, was, would you rather be the funniest person alive or the smartest person alive? And I chose to be the funniest person alive because I personally think that I'm smart enough. And being the funniest person alive, I just love seeing people laugh at my jokes or smile. So I'd rather be the funniest person alive. And I feel like funny people are just super likable too. So yeah, I would pick the funniest person alive. Next question. Would I rather be, or would you rather be, a famous actor or famous singer? So if you had to pick between one, which one would you rather be? Cool. Let's move on to our announcements. So again, the PAW store menu is on Class Dojo. I'll go ahead and actually pull it up here so that you all can see again. So again, there's the McDonald's gift card, Target or Walmart gift card, the cookies from Gideon's Bakehouse, coloring books, $10 gift card if you have $600 line dollars, Beyblades if you have 900, Talkie, slime, fidget spinners, soft football, scratchable bookmark, backpacks, movie DVDs, mechanical pencils, Lay's chips, pretzel goldfish, 2 small mix and match school supplies, hair clips, and a small bouncy ball. So again, it's only limited to 1 per person. So remember that. If you want to save up your Class Dojo points, that's fine. And again, you need 70% of the quizzes that we've done in total so far. So that's 9 of them. You will qualify for you to participate. And I am going to be sending out text messages later today to tell you all how many Class Dojo points you have and how many quizzes you've gotten so far, or you've done so far. Okay. All right, so again, mailing the packet back, it just takes a really long time. Please just call me, text message me the answers. You can either do pictures or type in the answers. Game pin, it's going to be tomorrow. Since this lesson is really, really short today, there's only like 2 or 3 questions actually for today's quiz, so I'm combining it with tomorrow's quiz. So look out for the quiz tomorrow. Okay, all the quizzes are due this Sunday at 11 p.m. and mostly because the PAW store is going to end at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, to get your full 5 to 11 points for the quizzes, it's due by 11 p.m. But to participate in the PAW store, which is going to happen from Friday 8 a.m. till Sunday 8 p.m. Okay, make sure you put your real name so that I count you as you doing the quiz, because if I don't have you marked down and you put down a nickname, I'm not going to know who you are and you won't get the points, or you won't be able to do the PAW store, right? That's 1 quiz more that you could not be doing if you finished it. And just another friendly reminder in yellow, and if you get 70% or higher on the quiz, there's a raffle to win a $20 Walmart gift card by the end of this week per usual. Hooray, Yo's Deli! I am definitely going to be sending out that gift card today, so keep a watch out for your mailbox for your $20 Walmart gift card. All right, let's move on to our lesson. So I cannot wait until we get into lessons where I don't have to use my phone anymore. I'd rather be recording on my laptop. Oh, and again, this is a really short lesson, so it shouldn't take more than about 10 more minutes than how much time is happening right now. So, when we look at shapes, they have common attributes. Attributes also means like characteristics or same things about them, right? So, right here on the left, it says these shapes have some common attributes. And what are the different attributes we've learned so far? We've learned about acute, obtuse, right angles. We learned about scalene, isosceles, right. And that's pretty much all that we've learned so far. And other things that we have learned in class that I didn't get to touch on with this packet are parallel and perpendicular sides, right? Parallel means these two lines are never ever going to touch, right? And if you all remember, the L's in parallel, they actually never touch. They're just like the lines. So I'm going to draw arrows and lines through the L's to remember that parallel lines never touch. Now, perpendicular. Who remembers what perpendicular means? Perpendicular also means 90-degree angle or a right angle. So I'm going to draw a square right here in this corner, and I'm going to write right as an R-I-G-H-T. Okay, I'm also going to write 90 degrees, and I'm also going to write perpendicular. Okay. And there's another relationship between two lines called intersecting, right? Intersecting just means they touch, but they're not 90 degrees like how a perpendicular line is. And remember when we used to play that Simon Says game in class where I said, Simon says, give me intersecting. Simon says, give me perpendicular. I'm not spelling this correctly. Intersecting. Okay, this is how you spell it. intersecting. Intersecting. All right, so those are the different types of attributes that you can find in different shapes, right? So here on the left-hand side, they're showing us common attributes between these. So they say that there are parallel signs, and there's an even number of sides, and is that true? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Some of these shapes have parallel sides, as in not all these sides are parallel, because these two right here on the bottom and the top, that's parallel. Okay. Here too, top and bottom, parallel. Again, here on the octagon, parallel, and up here too, parallel. Their sides are not parallel. They're actually intersecting. So here and here, intersecting. This is actually parallel because they never touch. But this side and this side will eventually touch. So when they say parallel sides, they're only talking about the top and bottom, okay? On the right-hand side, the common attributes or the common things that they have with one another is that they don't have parallel sides and they have an odd number of sides. So is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parallels or 5 sides. 1, 2, 3 because it's a triangle. 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7. So these odd-sided shapes don't have parallel sides. They actually have intersecting because eventually their sides are going to touch. You can even see that here. When you draw a line like that, eventually they touch. So that's called intersecting. So I'm going to write that word, intersecting. Intersecting. Okay, right here, that's where it intersects. And that's the same with all of these shapes. Okay, moving on. So when we're looking at different attributes in shapes, again, we want to clarify whether they're acute, obtuse, or right. And we want to see if they have parallel sides, parallel and perpendicular sides, or perpendicular sides. And these examples show you exactly which shapes have what attributes, especially based on the sides. Okay, this rhombus has parallel sides, not perpendicular because they're not 90-degree angles. This triangle definitely has perpendicular because this corner right here is a right angle. Squares are all right angles, but it's not just perpendicular, right? The sides on the top and the bottom and the left and the right, they're parallel to one another. This hexagon only has parallel sides because there's no 90-degree angle. If there's no 90-degree angle, they're not perpendicular, okay? And I'm going to write 90 degrees where it says perpendicular and write right angle so that we remember they all mean the same thing. Perpendicular, 90 degrees, and right all means the same thing. So if a square is parallel and perpendicular, most definitely a rectangle is as well because all sides or all angles are 90-degree angles, and then these sides are parallel and perpendicular to one another. Let's practice. So the directions say, select the shape that does not belong. So I'm going to use cubes for my question. And I'm going to look at column 1 or row 1. Columns are this way. I meant row. So row 1. I'm going to count how many sides we have for every single shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3. It's a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So they're all different sides. So now we're going to have to look at the angles. So what can we use in order to figure out whether a angle is right, acute, or obtuse? The corner of your paper, right? So do not stop using that strategy. And I'm just going to grab a piece of paper here. And I'm going to quietly, like on my own, figure out all the different angles, because by this time now, you all should be able to figure out whether an angle is right, acute, or obtuse. All right. So your paper should look something like this. And what I've noticed is that this shape has all obtuse, this shape is all obtuse, there's two acute and a right with the triangle, and this is all obtuse. So looking at these shapes, which one do we think does not belong? If you said triangle, great job. Now let's do number 2. Let's go ahead and count the sides of every single shape. All right, so we have 3, 4, 4, 3. So obviously it has nothing to do with the sides. So let's try the angles now. This is a square, so they're all right. This is a rectangle, so it's all right. All right, and your paper should look like this. There's a right, acute, acute, right, 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 acute, acute, acute. So which one should we get rid of because it does not belong? The acute triangle. So I'm gonna circle my acute. So for the quiz, that's gonna be tomorrow. Number 3 is gonna be on there. And again, you're going to select which shape that does not belong. And below here, what do these shapes have in common? So you're gonna pick either A, B, C, or D. And that is it for today's lesson. We will pick back up on classifying two-dimensional figures tomorrow. Bye.